So Karen and I took a trip to Middlebury, Vermont in early to mid-April. We were visiting our daughter Sage as she had a swim team banquet one weekend and a research symposium the next weekend. We decided to stay the week, and I'm compiling a video of things to do in Vermont for a non-skier. Our first stop after picking up provisions at a local grocery store is at the Village Wine and Coffee. This is always a wonderful place to grab a cappuccino and pick up some really nice wines for the week. The next stop before the Airbnb is at Lost Lantern in Vergennes. This is a small local whiskey bottler that is family run by Nora and Adam. I did buy a few bottles from here after doing a tasting. After settling into our Airbnb, we had dinner at one of our favorite places to eat in the area. Tortorella, located in New Haven, has a great cocktail menu, wine list, and of course, really amazing food. Here's a picture of Karen settled in our Airbnb, which was located off of Dog Team Road right on the New Haven River. Here is a view of the river from our Airbnb. One of the other really neat things about Middlebury and the area of Vermont is that you can go on hikes all over of different skill levels. There is a lot of nature to be seen, even on a short hike such as the one we took on this day. This trail, located in Wright Park, is called the Otter Creek Gorge Trail. There are a lot of really interesting waterfalls and rivers right off the road that you can hike to and either relax or do a little fishing. This is a small section of the New Haven River that I did some fishing at. That will be in a future video to come. This waterfall is called Bartlett Falls. The next big thing to do on the list is to visit Queechee, Vermont, which was about an hour away from Middlebury. The first stop before lunch was to visit the Whistle Pig tasting room and sample some of the really great whiskeys. I'm a big fan of rye whiskeys and Whistle Pig, so we had a good time in the tasting room. I did end it with the Boss Hog number 11, which was fantastic. The next stop was at the Simon Pierce restaurant for lunch. This is located right next door to the Whistle Pig tasting room, so it is very convenient. They have great views of the waterfall, great food, and then you can visit the shop and glass blowing studio, which was probably one of the highlights of our trip. These next pictures are from the glass shop, which is conveniently located right next door to the restaurant. You can then meander down to the glass-blowing studio, which is right downstairs from the shop and the restaurant. From here, you can watch the glassmakers blow glass and form glass into the various things that are sold in the store. These guys are truly amazing craftsmen. You can watch the artists as glass that is over 700 degrees is blown into shapes. Then you can see how the bases of the glassware is made as softened glass is placed at the base of the glassware, cut, and then smoothed all by hand into the glassware that's available in the store. If it gets too hot inside, you can step outside onto the balcony and get a really great view of Mill Pond Falls and the Queechee Covered Bridge. It did snow while we were there, but I still managed to get out and do a little fishing, despite the ice and the cold. I was actually somewhat successful and pleased with how I did, especially at the areas that I like to fish. Here's a picture of a nice rainbow. Here's another hike that Karen and I did through the Blueberry Lake Trails. These trails are located near Sugarbush, Vermont. There are multiple trails in the same area, and you can hike anywhere from 1 mile to 7 miles in total. We did it through the snow, which was unexpected but very pleasant in terms of the scenery. It was not mud, but beautiful snow. After the hike, we were famished, and I had picked a restaurant to go to, not knowing it was at the Sugarbush Resort. We ate at Rumble's Bistro and Bar, which had really great food and drinks. You could also sit near the window and watch people ski down and come right into the bar for lunch. After a short afternoon of fishing, we went to the Starry Night Cafe for dinner. This is located in Ferrisburgh, Vermont, north of where we're staying. Boy, they had really good food, and we're ashamed we hadn't been there before. The next day, we had breakfast at our old standby, the Haymaker in Middlebury. From there, we proceeded to the Spring Student Symposium, where my daughter presented a poster on colloidal synthesis and characterization of cobalt oxide. It is amazing what these young people study nowadays. After the symposium, the lab group decided to go to the Woodchuck Cidery. This was a great decision as it was very close to Middlebury College, and we had to unwind and decompress after a long and stressful symposium. With the many different ciders that were available, I did a flight, and we also did order a charcuterie board as well. That night, I got the chance to go to the fly fishing film tour, which was held on the Middlebury campus. This was part of the kickoff for the Otter Creek Classic Fly Fishing Tournament, sponsored by Green Mountain Outfitters. They're my go-to fly shop when I'm in town for equipment and guides. I feel like I owe my knowledge of urine nymphing to the shop, the guides, especially Min Brown, and to the owner, Steve. This is the last rainbow trout that I caught on my last day of fly fishing in Middlebury. Our last day in Vermont, we went to the Baird Farm Maple Syrup Tour. We were hosted by Bob and his daughter Jenna and her partner Jacob, and they showed us the entire work of the operation, including how the tree sap is concentrated and evaporated. Here you can see the evaporator in action, and here you can see a large tub of maple sap getting ready to be processed in the future. This next picture is of the evaporator in full action. You could see things are boiling and evaporating as we go along. Well, that concludes our week in Middlebury and in Vermont. I hope this video helps you to see some of the different things to do while you are there, and I will have a fly fishing video to come. Have a great day.